All right, so I've got two pretty decent, no, let's count them up here. 1, 2, 3. All right, I've got 3. It is time to get cooking. I'm Jacqui Saldana, and I've been creating simple and delicious recipes on my website for more than 10 years with my family. And now I'm inviting you into my kitchen to come cook along with me while I show you how to easily create weeknight dinners, decadent desserts, and everything tasty in between. I keep it real, and most importantly, I keep it simple. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss out on our weekly videos. And now, let's see what we're making today. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqui Saldana. If you are new here, welcome. If you've been here before, I am so glad you're back. Today we're making a really simple, easy, hearty weeknight meal that you can toss together in minutes. It's perfect right now for back to school season because we're all super busy and dinner is like at the end of the day, and sometimes it's looming over my head and I'm like, what am I gonna make for dinner? But this is gonna solve your problems, okay? I'm taking sweet potatoes and we're gonna make them into this yummy, savory taco nacho bake thing. Your family's gonna love it. Let's get into it. I've got 3 sweet potatoes, pretty decent here. Depending on the size of your family, you could do maybe a couple more, but for the 4 of us, 3 medium-sized sweet potatoes will do. I've already given them a good rinse and dry. I've got my cutting board here. Listen, you can skin these if you want, but my mom always said to leave the potato skins on. Maybe there's more nutrients in there. I have no idea, but I leave the skins on to save myself some time, and I don't mind the texture. But if you've got picky eaters, or if you yourself don't like skins, then you can peel them before you chop them. Ah, we got it. All right, look how pretty that looks. We're going to cut these, dice them up in bite-sized pieces. The key here is you want to make sure all of the pieces are the same size, right? Because that way in the oven, they're all gonna cook at the same time. Otherwise, if some pieces are larger than others, the smaller ones might burn before the larger ones get cooked all the way. So the best way to beat that is to dice them all relatively the same size. Do your best. It's not gonna be perfect. We're not Bobby Flay up in here, but we're doing our best. All right, so we've got all of our sweet potatoes here cut up relatively the same size. I did my best. We've got it on a baking sheet here, and I don't have anything lined on this baking sheet because I find that the potatoes get a little bit more crisp like that, but to save time and for cleaning wise, you could definitely lay down some foil or some parchment paper, but we're gonna oil this up pretty well, so I skipped that part. All right, so I've got some olive oil here, and I'm gonna drizzle about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil all over these sweet potatoes. Yum. All right, so let's talk spices. So this is like a taco nacho sort of dish. All right, so we've got our iconic sort of Latin-inspired flavors here. We've got 1 tablespoon of cumin. We've got 3/4 tablespoon of chipotle powder. We've got 1 teaspoon of ancho chili powder. We've got a tablespoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 tablespoon of onion powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So this is a spice mixture that our family loves. You can definitely customize this if you want. You can also add some coriander if you have it on hand, but definitely the cumin and the chipotle are gonna work really nice together. The cumin gives you that savory sort of Latin flavor, and the chipotle gives you a nice warm spice throughout. Our family does tend to like things a little bit more on the spicier side. The ancho chili powder is gonna really ramp up that spice level, but because we're only using 1 teaspoon, it's not gonna be like too spicy for the little ones. If you wanna omit that, that's totally fine. So we've got our spices here, and we're going to pour them over. Let's see, get all of the goodness there. And we're gonna use clean hands, and we're gonna toss this all together and really massage these spices into our sweet potatoes. One last important step before we put these puppies in the oven, while you have your hands in here, you wanna evenly distribute this all across the baking sheet so everyone has a chance to get kind of crisp on the baking sheet. If you have them kind of piled up like this, then they might like steam and like, I don't know, not be as crisp as possible. So we're gonna evenly distribute all of these. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And look, this is so easy. This also doesn't have any chicken or ground beef, although you certainly can add that if you want. It's just sweet potatoes and some beans, and I'll show you more in a bit. So these are ready to go into the oven at 375 for about 15 minutes or maybe 20, depending on how large you cut these. What you're looking for here is if they're fork tender and crisp on the outside. So let's bake them up. If you have missed any of our Jazz Cans recipe videos, I will link them up here and also down below. I taught you how to revolutionize, completely change black beans, baked beans, garbanzo beans, even canned corn. So those recipes are so yummy, so delicious, and they're also fast, quick, and easy, just like how we like things around here. So definitely take time and check those out too if you haven't already. And especially if you have canned goods on hand, they're definitely worth a watch. All right, so while those sweet potato babies are baking away in the oven, we're gonna prep some beans and a little bit of corn to go on top. The best part about this meal is it's quick and easy, but also it's totally customizable. So you can add whatever you want to this to make it your own and to fit your family's taste buds. Here in this house, we love any type of beans, so we're gonna be doing black beans and pinto beans. And yes, we're using cans to keep our lives easy. And then we're also gonna use a little bit of corn. You can also add like chopped jalapeno, you could do cilantro, you could do avocados, but today we're keeping it simple just to show you how fast and easy this meal comes together, and you can top it with whatever you have on hand. Because we're using some canned goods, we're gonna open these up and we're going to drain out all of the canning liquid, and we're gonna rinse them really well just so they don't taste like they're from a can. And then we're gonna put them in a bowl. We're gonna season them up a little bit with some of the same seasonings we used on our sweet potatoes. And yeah, it's gonna be really yummy. All right, so we've got our pinto beans, our black beans, and our corn all rinsed out here. I'm gonna add these to a bowl. So we've got our yummy medley here, and again, you can add whatever you want here, just to add a little bit more flavor and sort of make it seem like they never were in a can. I'm gonna add a hearty pinch of salt here, a little bit of pepper, and I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon each of cumin and garlic. So that's gonna mirror the same flavors that we had, or that we have in our sweet potatoes. And it's just layering flavors, baby. That's what it's all about. This meal is very simple, right? It's hearty, it's simple, so we gotta get our flavors where we can. And we're just gonna let this hang out until our sweet potatoes are ready. And I'm gonna show you how it all comes together in the end. One thing we're gonna do now is we're gonna use some sour cream. I'm gonna season that up too because my family loves sour cream, and we like customizing it and making it a little spicy. We were really surprised when the girls liked spicier things. The baby says, "Spicy, spicy." We're not like giving them hot Cheetos or anything, but they like a nice little spice, which is nice for everyone. So we're gonna set that aside and let's get into sour cream. All right, we've got our sour cream here. I'm just gonna add, I don't know, a couple tablespoons or so, however much your family likes. If you don't like sour cream, you could do guacamole, you could do sliced avocado. Like I said, you could do cilantro, you can do avocado, you could do tomatoes. Fun fact, in this house, well, Dan and I, we're not big tomato fans. We like tomato sauce and that sort of thing, but like fresh tomatoes, I don't know, we don't usually eat those very much. So, okay, so we're using some hot sauce, our favorite hot sauce here. You know what else would be good in here? The chipotle flavored Tabasco sauce. We don't have any of that, but we should. That stuff is delicious, but Tapatio will do just fine. And because we're copying the same spices that we used in our sweet potato mixture that's still baking away, I'm gonna add in a little bit of chipotle. Just a smidge. You can use your eye for that. If you haven't seasoned your own sour cream or Mexican crema, you are missing out. It is such a simple way to add more flavor to anything you're making, and it's so easy. So you just buy sour cream and then use whatever you have on hand to make it your own. It's so awesome. And anytime we're doing tacos or Mexican night, we always spice up our sour cream. I'm gonna give this a whirl, and then I'm gonna put this back in the fridge just so it stays nice and cold. So about halfway through the cooking time, you can take them out and give them a good toss. Ooh, they are. Look at these. They turned out perfect. They're a little bit crispy, nice and soft, and we're about to make them even more delicious. So I've got my spoon here, and I've got our beans and corn mixture that we spiced up earlier. We're just gonna toss this over our sweet potatoes. Yum. All right, cool. And to give it a little extra flavor, I'm gonna do a squeeze of lime all over to really brighten everything up. So I've got my lime here. I'm gonna give it a squeeze all over. This is just gonna add some brightness, citrus, really, really yummy. Okay, and because it's nachos, we're going for that nacho feel, I'm gonna use a couple handfuls of shredded cheese. All right, we're gonna give it one more little stir, and we're gonna pop it back in the oven just to warm everything up and melt the cheese a little bit. Yum. Okay, I am sorry. Look how delicious this looks. Before I add the sour cream, because I just wanna like take a little spot here and taste it. I got the sweet potato, the beans, the corn, yum. Oh my God, it's so good. It's sweet, it's savory, it's a little smoky from the chipotle. We're gonna ramp up the flavor. I'm gonna just let people drizzle what they want. Sorry, we're taking a pause because I've got my lovely photographer, Lily, here. She's the one that takes all the beautiful photos for my website. So we're taking a pause from the YouTube video and we're getting a shot for our website. So we're
real life.
making the dream work here. All right, I've got my plate here with a little lime wedge. I'm gonna serve myself up some. Look how easy this is. Y'all, it comes together so fast. It's hearty, it's perfect. It combines iconic nacho flavors. Got my little sour cream here. Oh my gosh. Don't forget about the chips. You need that crunchy little element. Are you down to make this for your family during the week? Let me know. It's so good. And also let me know down below in the comments how you might customize it at your home to fit your family's taste buds. Are you gonna add chicken? Are you gonna add ground beef? Are you gonna add more veggies? What are you gonna do? I would love to know. So before you head out, give this video a thumbs up and please consider subscribing to my channel. We make a lot of yummy recipes, family-friendly recipes. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Yeah, baby.